Rain, rain, rain. It said it's actually supposed to stop later in the evening, but then there's gonna be no light, so I don't know if I can fly today. Highly doubt it, but we'll see as usual. Like I said, just like that, all the cherry blossom stuff are gone. Nice flowers though.
Oh, yeah.
This is kind of interesting today. It says Netflix nears a 150 billion market cap as the subscribers continue to balloon. Just last quarter, Netflix passed a 100 billion market cap, and we might already be talking about it as a $150 billion company before too long, with yet another big financial quarter that has sent its stock soaring. That's so crazy to think about. Just before they began, apparently they pitched Blockbuster like it was a video rental store, and they're like, yeah, I guess they weren't interested in it. Now look at them, that's nuts. Hey, what's this? Well, it's kind of interesting to say here. It says, as usual, Netflix expects to lose a ton of money and says it expects between $3 billion to $4 billion in free cash flow, but that's usually not what investors are looking for. It also says they're expected to spend between $7 billion and $8 billion on original content this year, a number that seems to periodically get an upward revision and is still a dramatic step up from 2017. To me, it's always interesting because I know for a lot of people in traditional film, they still don't think, for example, digital media is the way it's going to be. Like, stick with the regular film distribution methods, like the theaters and the TV. Although things like this clearly shows, in many ways, digital media is something to look into, for example. It kind of makes me think whether or not a platform like this could potentially, in some ways, overtake a lot of people, even like YouTube, like as a platform. Like, would it eat into their market share, or would people think it's a completely different type of audience that would go to a site like that versus a site like here? This one was kind of neat too. It says local drone research helps to solve conservation crime. Drone research and technology helped solve the illegal shooting of a moose cow and calf in Saskatchewan last year. Dragonfly Innovations Saskatchewan Polytech received a grant in 2017 from the Natural Sciences and Engineering Research Council of Canada to pursue research using UAV to create a 3D snapshot. It's kind of crazy. It says the team used a fixed-wing drone to conduct mapping of the crime scene. 150 photographs were taken in order to recreate a 3D map of the area. Tire and moose tracks were highlighted, which were used to give a visual story to what happened to the cow and moose. That's kind of crazy, having all that data and ability to do that, I guess, fairly quickly. Makes you wonder if things like that, like a regular person could do in the future, if they're not getting any kind of, I guess, say, help in that way to uncover some kind of mystery. Speaking of movies and stuff before, it looks like there's a film shooting here. I see all these powers and trucks and stuff here too, in the rain.
Yeah, it surprises me. Like, all the equipment's so resilient. They have little rain covers, doesn't damage anything, and
Nuts.
I know. You just have this bag over the camera, and you know.
I'd be more worried about the cast to get all wet and like, okay, is this supposed to be
I
stuff?
know.
Oh, yeah.
I know. It's surprising me.
Okay, they're apparently shooting the show The Flash. Again, I'm just kind of surprised they're still shooting in the rain. It's one thing to cover the equipment and stuff, but I'd be wondering more about, like, say, the cast. Like, when people like are watching, would you notice, like, hey, isn't it raining there? Isn't it supposed to be like a regular cloudy or sunny day? Well, sometimes they say, keep shooting. The camera can't pick it up anyways, and I guess that's an example of it. This was a little odd for the drone laws that are potentially going to take place in France. I read something like this before, but it says France wants you to put lights and beacons on your drone. Nice idea, mes amis, but what about those bent on aerial mischief? The French government has proposed a new law making it mandatory for all drones to be fitted with electronic conspicuity beacons, an idea with big implications for the future of drone regulation. And ultimately what it means, it says all visual beacons must be added on drones weighing 800 grams or more as part of the recent amendment to France's Post and Electronic Communications. That's pretty low, isn't it? 800 grams to have like this beacon or whatever? That kind of qualifies a lot of the consumer drones that you would buy too. The proposed beacon would run on the unlicensed 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi spectrum allocation and transmit data using the rather elderly 802.11n specifications. This sounds insane. It's almost like treating every single drone as some kind of military device in some ways, or as if you're like a police officer. Also mandated will be the fitting of a light visible from 150 meters away, flashing the Morse letter U. The light must not use any of the colors presently used for manned aviation and therefore will not be using the colors red, white, or green. Interestingly, the proposals explicitly state that a single beacon will be acceptable for a swarm of drones. So you have to have this light flashing with the letter U. The first thing it made me think of, because again, I was thinking like it makes us kind of like a police force or a military force. What's next? People are gonna put like a Batman signal on their drones. This is kind of weird when I'm reading this. I don't even know if it's real, is it? Holy cow, it's like all the ducks and the birds went here during the rain for some reason. This makes me think many times, who comes up with this stuff? It just seems so ridiculous. I can see again if the person's specifically using it in a, I guess, authoritative, like I said, police, military way, then that's a little different, but not for like little consumer drones that people are taking them just for fun, just for videos and stuff like that. Of their trip, vacations, sounds a little ridiculous having like, again, something shining through. Like I said, we're all Batman now, I guess. I like how some birds get it right away that you're not a threat, whereas some of them, they're still wondering, oh, what's going on? He's getting too close. Okay, here's the steps for the day too. So far it seems like I'm walking more than the app gives you in terms of rewards. It still keeps track of it, but I'm going over in terms of the maximum daily limit, which is kind of interesting in some ways. Alright, something for the archive today too. Alright, see you guys later.